Today was day 5 of Buffalo Bills training camp, and a much nicer day than yesterday with all the rain yesterday. So I had a great camp. Bus schedule a little bit slow today. Didn't get in there as early as I wanted to, but roll with the punches. It was hot though, and I don't know why. It seemed like it was hotter to me. I thought it was hotter the other day, but we had a few fans faint. I saw 3 or 4 people go down. One right in front of me, which is really, really scary. Tried to get as much water to him and get help to him as quick as possible. That's scary stuff. And at the end of practice, after practice was over for a little bit, Mike Edwards, the offensive lineman, he was helped off the field. I think Ryan Vandermark and another offensive lineman helped him off the field, and it was definitely heat exhaustion type levels with what was going on there. So hate to see that. Hate to see fans going down. We're all out there to support the same thing, and Mafia means family to me. So definitely hate to see people going down that are just out there to support the team and support the players. As far as practice itself goes, it was the first day in pads. That's nice. Now we can actually start judging some things. However, they ran the ball a lot. Excuse me. They ran the ball a lot in this practice, and a lot. I think maybe they just wanted to hear those pads start popping. But one of my, on the defensive side of the ball, the defensive line had a great day. I mean, there was no room to run up the middle of the field when they were running up the middle. But so Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, some other guys were just, Dwayne Carter had a great play. I mean, these guys were just, making plays up on the defensive tackle position, and that was good to see as the first day in pads, to see these guys popping and not letting anything go up the middle. Now, obviously, we want to see the offensive line make holes up the middle too, so it's really, 6 to 1, half dozen the other. We'd like to see the offensive line producing too, but the defensive line had the job today. And on the offensive side of the ball, my MVP is going to be a broken record probably by the end of camp, but Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman had a bunch of nice plays today and showed he is ready for this season. I think the injury really set him back last year to his wrist in the middle of the season, and he's over that, and he looks to be ready to really have a very, very good season this year. So Keon Coleman, my offensive player of the practice. And even though the defensive tackles, like I said, had a great practice, I'm going to go with defensive MVP being an end. Greg Rousseau. Defensive end Greg Rousseau was all over the place. I mean, he was stopping the run. He was getting penetration on the quarterbacks. Must have had 1 or 2 sacks at least. I mean, because they don't really count him. The quarterback just takes off and then they blow the whistle because, he's wearing that red shirt. But Rousseau in there. And then he had a play where he read running back screen pass very well. Josh tried to throw it out to the side, and Rousseau almost intercepted it from the defensive line. He had that much penetration up the field on the tackle and almost intercepted the pass. So give Greg Rousseau the defensive MVP, and we really think that Greg Rousseau is going to have an even better season as he's grown and gotten better every year, and I expect that to continue. After practice, we did get one autograph, and that's from our rookie here, Jordan Hancock. And discussion this year has been whether Jordan is going to be a safety or a corner for us. So you know what? I went right to the source. I asked him, are you going to play safety or are you going to play corner? He said, I'm going to play both. I said, that's a great answer. Wherever you're needed, right? He said, wherever I'm needed, that's where I'm going to play. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jordan Hancock play during the year. I think he is going to add a lot to our team with his versatility, sort of the same way that Cam Lewis adds a lot to our team with his versatility to play different positions. So it was a great practice, a little bit hot. Remember, fans, if you're going out there for games, please drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, try to find shade, because obviously it's cooler in the shade than it is out there baking in the heat. You don't have to be right on the fence to be able to see everything that's going on. So keep that in mind. Just, keep your health as utmost important. Then the moment that meant the most to me at this practice was after practice was over, we were leaving, and I saw that Khalil Shakir was still signing autographs. This guy was out there. I saw him on the sidelines signing autographs right as soon as practice ended. Now, I have Shakir's autograph a couple of times. Look, he's right there. And on a hat and some other things. And my wife got it on a hat today. But so we didn't run over there because we were trying to get new players like Jordan Hancock's autograph for the wall, because the wall getting full again, starting to take down a couple of guys like Kingsley Jonathan, who was one of my favorite players on the team from the practice squad last year. Now he's a Houston Texan, so may have to take his picture down soon. But when I went over to Shakir, I greeted him the way I do every game. And he was signing an autograph. And he heard me. And he looked up and he goes, hey! And he put his fist out to get a fist pump. How you doing, man? Great to see you. So that made me feel great that Shakir did remember me just from my voice. And, those are the things that really mean a lot to me as a fan and as a member of Bills Mafia. When the players are obviously, you could tell by the way he reacted and his facial expressions and everything. He knew who I was. And that means a lot to me, to make an impression on these players. These players all mean a lot to me. Once you join the team, you are a member of my Bills Mafia family. And I'll ride and die with every one of them. And that meant a lot. So, love Khalil Shakir. Now, I've been to every practice for the last 3 years, training camp. But tomorrow I'm going to have to miss training camp. It's my first day of missing camp. And it's because I do need to get sort of an emergency thing done. And an exam to see if I have to get something else done. So hopefully we're praying, we're crossing our fingers, and everything will be okay on that. But I will not be at practice tomorrow, and I'm going to miss it because, again, I love the Buffalo Bills. Other players that had good days of practice, Matt Milano had a fantastic day. There were 10 players that missed practice, and like I said, with Mike Edwards, he's going to miss practice tomorrow, I'm pretty sure of it, with the heat exhaustion thing. Javon Solomon had a great practice. He was showing his stuff. Always Josh Allen, always has great practices. He's Josh Allen. Enough said. So, yeah, those are just a few things wanted to touch on. And always remember this. God loves you. And so do I. So be good. Do good. God bless. And go